JW, tell us a little bit about the deck you brought to the table today and how it's been going for you so far.
Absolutely. Well, I came to the first 1K.
You did.
And I have some unfinished business because I finished second place. And that was a big deal. I was really kind of upset. I was a little sad that I had finished second
about
place.
A second place finish.
Yeah,
This guy, nothing less than the best.
Absolutely. Well, my
Yeah.
time is limited. So when I'm every
is
tournament,
it
if
all
I don't
of
win
ours?
it. Yeah, I know, right? Seriously. I'm serious. So,
Welcome back to the channel, Little Flexers. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. My name is JW Creewell, aka Flex Daddy, and I am here to tell you guys the story about how I won the Full Grip Games 1K GLC tournament. Now, this last weekend, I traveled up to Akron, Ohio. I couldn't make the standard tournament, but I did attend the GLC tournament, and I had unfinished business. The first GLC tournament I went to, I got second place. Felt like I was robbed of that first place finish, so I knew I had to come back, prove my worth, and take the crown home. Now, I played Dark for the GLC tournament. If you don't know what GLC is, it's a custom format created by Andrew Mahone, which is basically a singleton format, meaning that you can only have one of every card except for basic energy, and you can also only have your dark type Pokemon or your lightning type Pokemon or your fire type Pokemon, just one single type of Pokemon. So, I like the Dark archetype for a number of reasons. You have a couple of really strong attackers. You got Weavile, which does more damage based on the amount of abilities on your opponent's side of the field. You got Guzzlord, which can take an additional prize if it takes a knockout. You got Galarian Weezing, which can do a bunch of poison damage, but can also shut off your opponent's abilities. You got Hoopa, which does 90 damage for one single energy. And you got Zoroark, which is a really strong attacker if your opponent has a bunch of benched Pokemon. Oh yeah, and did I mention there's a little card called Galarian Moltres, which can do 270 damage at the end of the game? The other thing I like about Dark is the draw engine. I have included in my list a ton of draw supporters, but I also have access to the Brilliant Stars Liepard, just released in the newest set. It has a trade ability which allows you to discard a card from your hand to draw 2 additional cards. When you think about GLC, there are a ton of turns in GLC, maybe 10, 15, 20 turns in a game, so that trade ability is going to get a lot of use. Now in this video, we're going to go over my finals match that I played against Trevor Redding and his GLC colorless attacking deck. And so you're going to see here just how my thought process was, why I made certain plays, and yeah, we're going to cover the finals and how I won this tournament. If you want to read a little bit more about my GLC experience over this last weekend, a little bit more about the list and why I chose certain cards, you can go to my website, flexdaddy.cards, where later this week I will be posting an article covering the deck list and my specific card choices. Don't worry if you don't see it immediately, that's going to be later this week, and I'll make an announcement on Twitter when that article goes up. But let's get into the gameplay. This is the finals match of the Full Grip Games 1K GLC tournament.
That is going to be something that could
Yeah,
play
so certainly one of the
JW's
best
advantage.
one of the best cards here
JW was
for
in the
me
finals. He had the
is Gloria. This was like one of the first times that I had gotten Gloria on my first turn, and I started singing like Gloria. That's what I was singing as I was playing the Gloria.
on the pressure and putting his opponent in a spot where they have to make compromising calls with their plays.
If JW has a switching card like an air balloon or that Dark City Stadium that he plays in the list.
This is the best start that I've had. Okay, so I attached to the Weezing because I'm like, I think I need to go into I attached to the Coffin because I'm like, I think I want to go into the Weezing here first. So as opposed to like attaching the Hoopa or something, I want to make sure I have the energy. If I have to like attach a double colorless to the active Hoopa or something like that, then I can do that to be able to retreat. As opposed to like attaching the Hoopa, attaching to the Zorua, like I just have that Coughing ready to go.
Support Pokemon in the form of Pidgey could become that Pidgeotto, which we see in the hand. Probably that's what we're going to want to see, considering that the Pidgeotto is already in hand. Don't want to go for something like Bieber.
So super awkward start
really
from
clogged
Trevor
right
for
now. I mean,
sure.
he's got a lot of weird stuff. Just trying to get out of it, find a nice shuffle draw card, get more established. Yeah, just a weird clunker of a hand for sure.
Jumanji asks, we need to talk about the troll dice 3 times. Definitely a mistake. Definitely. I have like a little thing that I do before matches where I put out my dice, I put out my coins. It's like kind of a good luck charm, I guess you could say. And so yeah, I I did that with where I put in my little blue dice. It's impossible to see. You might see it here in these matchups, but yeah, Andrew thought I was trolling him. No, I definitely wasn't. I put them out, and then I forgot to use the white ones. So
Of Trevor's hands, and actually,
I mean, I just say like
Gino.
Jesse.
This
some
is
people
actually
have
not bad at all. The
some
new
people have like
Minccino
1,000
from
plus
Brilliant
plushies
Stars with the Call
that they
for
put up.
Family
But
attack.
yeah,
Thanks to
I just
Floodstone,
give me my
Ruka will be
dice,
able
you
to
know.
retreat,
Give me my
and
dice.
Minccino comes active with a fire energy. Now Trevor can set the board up with Call for Family, getting 2 basic Pokemon out of the deck.
This was a super
and
good play
his
from Trevor.
favorite big boy, Snorlax, hits the
He just
field right
needed the
away.
fat dudes out there. Like that
that's a
Snorlax
great
is
turn
such a
from
good
Trevor.
card against
Pivot
Galarian Weezing
with
because it can
Floatstone,
tank a bunch of
fantastic.
hits.
And the Minccino's going to get this party started.
Oh, yeah.
Finding the Snorlax, which is definitely Trevor's preferred opener. We'll see if JW is going to be able to lock
I'm also
this
like super
situation
worried about
up,
the slack
though.
off at this point
If he can
because
get
if Trevor can go rare candy and attach with the lazy boy, it shuts off a ton of stuff in my deck.
active spot, he's got a guarantee.
Town map is
Galarian
huge.
Weezing can either
So
evolve
good
the
when you have
Coughing
6
or
prizes.
use Ascension if he
So
wants to.
strong.
Let's see, can
We're
we
gonna see the zoom
those
in shot here, I
prize
think.
cards?
Yeah.
Slams down that town map.
There is.
So evolve number 1, evolve number 2, evolve number 3. That's so good. You guys don't realize, like in the deck, the only ways to search out the evolutions for me are Ultra Ball, Incense, or like potentially Level Ball for the Weavile. But that's like the only way outside of Ascension. That's why the Ascension cards are so good in this deck. You have Ascension Zorua and you have Ascension Wheezing or Coughing, right? So the only other ways to search out evolutions are those 2 cards, like, or just drawing into them raw. So it's a really big deal. Yo, let's go. Omnipoke with the raid. Welcome on in, Raiders. Thank you. How you guys doing? Congrats on the tournament. Gotta love the back-to-back win for tag team. I know, dude. So cracked for sure. Hey, thanks, guys. Thank you.
Have multiple attackers that you're working on powering up. You've got the Lipard, which can just
what's up,
turn
Joe?
through the deck. But this is why Snorlax is so
Thank you for the
important.
raid, buddy.
Yeah, Snorlax can use Collect to draw cards even under Galarian Weezing's neutralizing gas.
Says no love for the paralyzing gaze or the confused Zorua. No, I think the Ascension is just so strong. I really do. Like, a lot of decks can't get early pressure. They have late game pressure, so it affords you the opportunity to use Ascension. So I think it's really important to be able to search out those evolutions.
All away any of those things?
I don't think so.
That seems kind of sus, right? Probably not. So maybe a Colress for 7 will have to suffice. Would like to.
So I'm deciding here, Colress, or should I Ultra Ball?
Yeah,
I
Ultra
don't.
Ball, I mean,
I traded away.
Ultra Ball. I don't mind that. Just see a couple more things. The double
And
colorless
I get a double colorless. That's a big draw for me here, actually, because at this point, I am just looking to build up attackers.
How many
right?
cards are in Trevor's hand?
Wait, I'm not sure how many are in hand. JW does have the Dark Claw, so that's actually enough for Mind Jack to get the knockout on Snorlax. But JW, I think JW is content. Could go in with that aggressive play, but I think JW is content forcing Trevor to just sit here and use Collect, not use any of these powerful abilities, and keep this neutralizing gas lock up.
I think that JW correctly identifies that this is a fine turn to copycat, and that also would like to just keep the lockup with Wheezing a little bit longer, maybe get some value out of that instead of, because the Wheezing is most valuable in the first.
So I go for the copycat over the chorus, okay? I go for the copycat over the chorus. This is an important point. Because the chorus over the course of the game is going to get a lot better. The copycat over the course of the game is not necessarily going to get better. And also, I have trade up, okay? I have enough attackers. I have trade up. I go for the copycat over the chorus because I'm like, at this point, chorus is way better, right? Like 8 cards, 9 cards, potentially 10 cards. Like I know that Trevor's going to fill his deck. I want to fill my deck. Chorus is going to be a much better card later in the game than copycat is. So that's why I make that play. I already have my Lipard. If I was searching for my Lipard, I might have gone for a chorus there, but I had a pretty good board setup, so I went for the copycat.
Let's find that Porygon, a key card to try to get set up quickly. We know how crucial crazy code is to the strategy.
Yo, Brandon, you already know those are Dragon Shield sleeves. You can get some on my website. Just go to the content page of my website, and you can use my affiliate code. Get some good Dragon Shields. Thank you to my sponsor, Dragon Shield.
Okay.
So it is an option, but
all you're getting out of that is...
Bro, it got really cold. Yeah, I really wanted to wear my my shirt, but I was like freezing. My hands were so cold.
Bad, but I still think it's the correct one to grab. Give yourself the option to maybe break that lock at a later time. Maybe after a collect or something.
Yeah, that's right, Stellar Wish. That's right.
Here in the hand, Trevor doesn't even have energy to start attacking quite yet. A double colorless or a twin energy would allow Snorlax.
Was everyone surrounding the table for the finals?
I'm sure
no, everyone was watching the stream over in the distance, though.
Really cripple JW's draw for the mid.
I really liked the dual mats because they're white on the outside, but then they have the black border. I thought they looked real slick with the dark stuff.
Take one-hit KOs on the high HP basic Pokemon that Trevor plays.
We'll see. I think
all my friends were making fun of me. All my friends were making fun of me. I could hear him snickering.
May be okay just to collect, and that's what he decides to do. 40 more damage to the Snorlax, and the ball is in JW's court.
They were all laughing at me.
Guzzlord, and has a hint.
See, because like, look at this. Now Chorus is insane, right?
Has the darkness energy to start powering up Guzzlord. And we've seen this from
I
all of the
arguably should have played. I think I don't play Bruno here. I'm not sure.
Is able to be benched and have
I can't remember what I do.
That is what happens.
I think I just hold the hand. I think I like trade this hand for no reason. I should have played Bruno here.
You're just gonna power it up manually, and Red Banquet is absolutely.
I should have just played Bruno
in all of GLC.
That was a bad
favoring the Clara. I mean,
this was a bad trade. I kept the Clara in hand for no real reason. I save it this turn. I know I play the Bruno, but I should have played the Bruno and then traded. I think I wanted to save the energy or something in my hand. I forget what I had. There was some reason that I did it in the moment, but I should have just played Bruno.
But, got the twin energy in hand. You don't necessarily want to get rid of that because that's going to go good on the Guzzlord. Field Blower is going.
I saw you were shuffling your opponent's deck a lot instead of cutting. Was there a specific reason? Just making sure that the game's fair. So the fake news media added again. Natalie, you know that you were making fun of me. I heard you guys. I heard you guys while I was playing.
It will get KO'd from poison.
And that's why JW wanted to use this Field Blower, because if Trevor plays a Guzma, that heals this Snorlax and still allows Trevor to collect.
How come you didn't include Raihan? I don't think Raihan's a very good card. So if you think about the composition of the deck, is the only attacker that needs multiple energy to attack is the Guzzlord. But I have B-String already. And B-String is a more active card. Raihan, you need something to get knocked out. If something's going to get knocked out and I need to accelerate energy, I also have... Oh, sorry for the camera. I also have Dark Patch. So I could Dark Patch. At this point, Guzzlord can be powered up in 2 ways. Double Turbo. Or excuse me, a double colorless. And a Dark Patch, or an attachment and a B-String. So the Raihan just doesn't really do anything for any other attacker, right? They all attack for just 1 energy, right? The Zoroark attacks for a twin, double colorless, Hoopa, Wheezing, Spiritomb. Like, that's one of the cool things about the Dark deck is that all the attackers are so low maintenance. So Raihan, kind of stinky because you don't need it. Like, you already have Teammates. That's a really good card. You just don't need the energy acceleration, and only searching for one card. I'd rather just draw a bunch of cards than search for one card.
Is not the best 2 cards to have seen.
No, I think that, and just has like a, Teammates and an explosive card obviously in the hands. I think favoring the Verse Seeker is correct because.
Well, okay, so the other thing too, Jesse says Raihan can grab Beast Ring, right? Yes, but I needed to put all my supporter because I don't want to rely solely on the Liepard because I think the deck, for the most part, can function without the Liepard. Like, there are enough supporters in the deck that you should be able to, like, mount a comeback against anything with just the supporters that you draw. So I wanted to favor having cards that were more active in the early game as opposed to Raihan. Again, I talk about that reactive supporter being the Teammates, right? Teammates is probably just the card for that kind of comeback thing. Raihan, I don't want to have both of them for sure. Teammates, I think, is a little bit better than Raihan.
It was like got enough Pokemon and energy to play that I can almost guarantee you that these 4 cards are going to be decent, right?
Yeah.
Because there's like no way that there's like nothing but bad stuff, especially with like a trade coming in, right? You're going to see some decent stuff. There's a Guzma, there's Dark Energy. Like, at this point, with trade.
So I've
what
attached
more do you
already
really
at this
need?
point.
You kind of got some good stuff here. Some energy.
I have Guzma. That's
really
pretty good.
to
I think I
continue
break the
manually
lock at this
attaching. That's
point.
important.
Oh yeah, I had definitely
August
attack
is
here.
really good. Now you can neutralize threats on your opponent's
Definitely
bench.
take the knockout
And
here.
JW
This
is
is the
content
right
to take
time
prize. We'll see
to
which
take that
one he
knockout
favors.
because
especially with the talent out
his
there, knowing
field
you're
is
guaranteed a
just
prize
so
card, you know that your
trash.
Bruno will not net you a
His
dead
field is just
situation.
so trash.
But
And my
you're guaranteed
prizes
the
are so
Berserker
good.
if you want it. And the
My
Zoroark
prizes
is
are
guaranteed knockout on that Celebrations Lugia. The Verse Seeker's nice, obviously, but goes for a level ball.
I like that. That can grab Weavile next
Yeah.
turn. If Trevor does have a pop-off turn, put a bunch of abilities in play, Weavile can be a great response. Trevor does draw
I muted
the
myself, my bad.
powerful
I meant to mute
colorless
the stream.
energy, so that will power up all of the Pokemon in this deck, boosting their damage output by 20. And while that
Can you
card
guys
is
hear me
very
okay if I
powerful,
talk
it is
over
not
the
a
stream?
great
'Cause maybe I'll
draw
just do
card
that.
in this situation. Does find I think that
I
was
just don't
a
want to compete too
Raihan
much
off
with
of
the
airmail,
with the
and
stream
there is
audio.
a basic
So that's
fire energy.
It's,
It's
ball
the
guy.
ball guy.
Yeah.
okay. All right, sounds okay.
Yeah,
And I'll
not
just boost a
quite as
little bit
powerful
here.
as Raihan in this specific situation.
So
Teammates
Raihan
isn't
to
good for
Guzzlord
Trevor.
plus Beast Ring plus
JW
attach
could
for
just
turn
take a
works.
knockout, so
I
teammates
like having
could
multiple ways
fetch
to get a
any
poke out
2
and
cards
powered
from
up,
the
but I
deck.
get it. Yeah, it's just
That could
that
make a
slot.
rare candy
I just
play
wanted it to be a
into
supporter
either
that I could use
Slaking
turn 1.
or
That's literally it.
Porygon
It's like
Z.
I
Trevor
think
could
I have
look
like
at that
10
rare
supporters
candy.
that can draw me a card on
Let's
turn
see
1.
which
And then you have
option
your Gus
he
supporters,
chooses.
and then you have
Yeah, Teammates
your
gonna be a great
teammates
card
or
to
whatever.
help Trevor
Like,
get
I just wanted more
moving.
cards that could
There's
draw me.
things that
Like, I
Trevor
think that's the problem
needs
with a
to
lot of
start
GLC
to
lists
see
is that they
on
focus
his
on either
board.
their
He's
ability
gonna
draw,
want the Chin-Chin. The airmail's nice, but
or these
Unfront
kind of like
4 cards a
reactive
turn
supporters a
instead
little
of
bit too
2.
much.
I don't know that I've
In
seen
my
that.
opinion, in my opinion, some
there's
decks it really
Chinchino
works.
prized.
I don't think it
could
works in
be,
dark
and
because
that
you
is
don't
really
need the energy
unfortunate if that's the
acceleration.
case. Trevor does have
So.
the triple acceleration and the Aerodactyl, however, so unidentified fossil is a really solid grab.
Right. I think I would also. I mean, slacking is big, but I guess just.
Oh,
my gosh,
Energen.
There's so many
yes.
Pokemon on the bench as well.
You had a
JW's board is
question.
looking so daunting. It's tough
I think.
because, Porygon Z
Let's
kind
see.
of needs to come out.
How come
How come
I didn't
trading
include Raihan,
attackers
yes.
with JW because JW's got so much going on this board that
No one
you know,
out competing
without
these guys. Oh, for
Porygon
sure.
Z, it's
Tankman,
gonna feel
this
tough
dude is cool.
to
He's great.
stream the energy
I
required.
love the way he
I do
plays his
agree
cards.
that
It's
I
like
think
very
that,
forceful. Like if you watch him,
obviously, this Zoroark should be able to take a knockout.
if you
I
watch
love
him
the
like
Porygon
get things
Z
out of the
energy
deck,
there
like it's
because
very forceful the way he like
prioritizing
puts things
Porygon
down. Like
Z
he's on a
online,
mission when he's
I
here.
think is really good. And Trevor has pretty much set himself up as good as possible to be able to win this game.
Trevor does wake up from the sleep.
So at this point, I recognize that I need to use Guzzlord. But what is going to be the best attacker for me to knock out? Because I took I have the Guzma in hand. So I want to, because I know the Snorlax is not a threat, right? Because it's only doing 120 damage. So it cannot knock out the Guzzlord. So I bring up the Liepard knowing I'm going to Guzma.
I think it's Guzzlord time, but I actually like this.
Yeah.
Wheezing time.
Wheezing has kind of lost its usability at this point in the game almost, right?
Yeah, so if you could force your opponent to have to knock out the Wheezing, that's like the best thing you could possibly do, because Wheezing also turns off the ability. It's going to make it harder for Trevor to respond. Now,
so the reason I didn't want
a hand disruption card like Marnie
to do
in
Wheezing,
combination with this Wheezing, that would just be...
The reason I didn't want to do Wheezing is because he has such a massive hand that if I Wheezing to knock out the Snorlax, and then
oh yes you do.
If I use Wheezing to take a knockout here, and then he has Gust attach a rare candy into the slacking, and he knocks out my Guzzlord, then I think I lose the game. So I need to use the Guzzlord this turn.
A Guzzlord easily. There are other options as far as powerful colorless energy and muscle band, but that requires so much more commitment than just evolving to Aerodactyl and a triple acceleration energy.
Yes, trading away the Beast Ring, and I think that it is becoming increasingly evident that maybe the Guzma or the Guzzlord is going to be going in with the Guzma. I'm telling you, yeah, the Guzzlord, when you got it, you go, right? It's having the Guzzlord, removed from the board is just...
So at this point, I'm mapping out things. The other reason that I want to knock out there's two reasons I want to knock out the Mysterious Fossil. The first reason is because it's his best attacker, okay? It's Tankman's best attacker. It does 180 for... 2 energy or whatever, 3 energy. It does 180 for 3 energy. One of those energy is probably going to be like a double colorless or whatever. So I want to take that out for that reason. The other reason, every other card on Tankman's field, when it evolves into its final stage, is going to have an ability outside of the Snorlax. So that means that my Weavile can knock out his slacking. And you'll see here that I believe that's what happens later on in this game. So I could have knocked out, the Porygon, but I know that if he evolves into that, which he wants to do, it's going to have an ability which powers up my Weavile. So I think here I go after the unidentified fossil because I know that that's not going to have an ability. It's not going to affect my Weavile in future turns.
Yeah, it's not going to go well for you.
And that is a huge turn here from JW.
It is a massive turn. Because JW is not even.
And I take the dark, I think.
Trevor plays a way to recover that fossil, right?
Or I take the. I think I have a prof letter.
Excavator, I think.
Yeah, I just take the raw dark, I think.
That's it.
That's fine.
Get it out of the discard pile, but odds are Trevor's probably not even playing that card.
Yeah, and there's no real reason to. It's hard to set up 2 Aerodactyls in a game. Trevor does send up the Slack off.
The other thing, too, is, I knew that he didn't play a way to recover the fossil. So I knew if I could take that out, I just wasn't dealing with... there's like one less attacker, right? If I take out the Snorlax, he can just, get it back, rescue Stretcher Super out, something like that. But if I take out the... if I take out the fossil, then I'm just not seeing that again.
Could use teammates to go get rare candy and the...
So he's going to use teammates to get the slacking. Like I predicted, he's going to have 3 Pokemon with abilities.
Because it means your critical move only does 140, but Trevor does have the powerful colorless energy, so the double turbo and the powerful colorless would kind of just offset one another in that specific instance.
Right, and I think that's going to be fine. It's not going to end up.
He does get the Porygon.
Trevor going for the Porygon Z,
which is potentially a misplay.
The candy is going to allow that slacking to come down into play.
I don't remember if he needs it this turn or not. I can't remember.
And powerful colorless energy offsetting one another. So the critical move still does 160 damage. JW will not have access to his abilities, which, there is trade, so that is going to be relevant. And JW did just use his Gust, so utilizing the Gust. JW did just take the Versus Seeker, I think, off the prizes, though.
Right. JW did grab the Versus Seeker, so we know Guzma could come down. which would move the lazy ability of slacking out of the active, kind of similar to what
What
Trevor
should
did to
Trevor have
move
gotten
Overdrive
over
and gas out of
Porygon?
the
I don't
active.
know, but he shouldn't have
Kinda funny
evolved the
that both of these
Porygon.
types
Is
have
the
this
thing.
similar
He should not have evolved the
effect where
Porygon because
your
now there's
opponent is
there's
forced
3
to move a
Pokemon
big
with abilities that
Pokemon out
allows
of
my
the
Weavile to
active
take a
get their
knockout.
abilities back.
I will say it does feel bad to ignore.
If he
the
doesn't
slacking
make that
trade,
move, then I just come up
because
with the Weezing and I
it-
poison
I
or
mean,
something.
this thing
But
is
and I
light,
poison and then I
and
Hoopa
if you
and then
move
I
it,
go for a
right,
gust
then
with
you
like the
basically
Weavile or
give
something.
Trevor
Like
the
that's
free
the play.
reset. Deciding to go
Or Weezing into
triple
Weavile
muscle
into
bands,
Gust,
which
but
works too.
Yeah, I
Doesn't
don't
matter.
know when
know.
there's a better time to use the triple unless you want to try to attack with the
it's hard to.
Porygon at some
He should have
point.
got maybe he
So
should have
this
gotten
seems
the
fine.
the
It
Porygon,
does
but he shouldn't
satisfy
have
the
he shouldn't have
effect of
evolved.
the slacking.
I think
And
that's what
you
he's talking
know
about
that
when he
JW
says he
just
made a
grabbed the
misplay.
Versus
So
Seeker. So you know JW
that's-
may
that's
want
his-
to go with Guzma, and if
that's
the
his
case, you
misplay,
still
I
get
think.
to keep the double turbo. And
I wasn't
lead
quite sure
on
what he was
the
talking about,
slacking
but
for
I
the
think it's
next
that.
turn.
Trevor finding
Oh yeah, this I remember this
Super
play too.
cards.
He's gonna grab the Evo Soda. He's gonna
Evolution
go for an
Sense
evolve,
Evo
and then he
Soda.
realizes, oh
Quite
yeah,
the
the
decision
Weavile's
here.
out. I shouldn't do
Evo
this.
Soda, both of them can get burned.
Watch
I
this. He's
guess
gonna
Evo
go
Soda technically the
thumb
correct choice
the
if you're going to burn either one of
thumb the
them, because
Cinccino to
it
the
is
active,
triple
and then
now,
he's like,
where
oh wait a
Evolution
second,
Sense
I
is
shouldn't do
always
that.
a burnable card.
Yeah.
But being able to burn the Evo Soda
And he's
just
like,
to get it
nah,
out
I'm
of
good. Like at
the,
least force you to
out
have
of the deck
a
Yeah.
tool.
is good, because the Minccino could evolve theoretically, and can the Pidgeotto.
We do see the fail of the Evo Soda, which does confirm for me that Cinccino is prized. Critical move takes the first KO, second KO for Trevor, excuse me, and I believe an
And
A
it's
is
good.
the card grabbed there. That could be pretty strong, but JW is working with a pretty large hand, and we know he has options with that Versus Seeker that was grabbed from the prize cards.
Yes, I mean, JW's got a huge hand at this point, but no abilities. So we do have to
Yes,
keep
yes,
in
yes,
mind
yes.
with the Weavile going up.
I have escape rope. I'm
Probably
like
it's gonna
waiting
mean
to use
that
escape rope because I'm
JW
thinking like,
has
okay,
to
everything on his side of the field
KO on
has less than
this,
90 hit points except for the
on this thing
Porygon. So
with
if on the next
Weavile,
turn
right?
he
'Cause I
brings
think
up the Porygon
JW's
to
got
attack,
teammates in hand.
then I can just
So could
escape rope
just
into
go
my
get what
Hoopa
he needs to
and take a
get,
knockout.
like the muscle band or whatever.
So teammates, I don't really
How many? It's
need
what,
anything.
3 abilities in play.
Yeah, so doing 150 with Evil Admonition, just needing 10 more.
Yeah.
So I grabbed the
Devour
Dark
Field would
Claw.
work, the Muscle Band,
I
Dark Claw,
grab-
whichever resource JW feels
Can't
like.
remember
he needs
exactly what I
less
get here.
Later on is surely what will be used
Like,
here. And Evil
it doesn't
Admonition,
really-
this is
like
pretty
a-
good time to
like
do it
a
because that's something Trevor
float?
can play
Yeah, the
around
air balloon
in
maybe?
future turns. So might as well take advantage.
Just
and
like
use
playing
it.
cards because I feel like
You
at this
wanna
point
use it
N
while
is the only way that my
slacking is
opponent
here,
gets back into the
and
game.
it's just
So
a
I'm trying to
perfect time
outproof,
for
trying to make
Weavile.
my hand
And
N
this is
proof.
why this card is so good, because anytime that there's like a big dude, Weavile is pretty much the answer. Hope that your opponent has got somewhere in the ballpark of 3 abilities.
How many
and
times in
then,
this tournament did I
think
turn
about
to Ascension?
any attacker that could do 100, 150,
Um,
200 damage for just one
maybe
energy in
twice?
this format it's just bananas, right? I mean,
So sick.
obviously it's conditional, but like the amount of games where we've seen Weavile for 150, Weavile for 200, it's just so nonchalant. Like, yeah, he's only got 90 hit points, but this card trades, with the best of them, and just for almost no investment.
JW does choose to use the Dark Claw for the turn. That's one of the things I've loved about the Dark type in GLC. You effectively get 2 Muscle Bands, which is one of the strongest cards in the
And
format.
then yeah, I attach.
Since
I'm
your
like,
type
I
has
know I'm
that
gonna get End,
specific
but I have 2
version
ways to win here. I got
to it.
the
Now, JW
the
does
Guzma
get to choose
and
what
or not
prize
win,
to
but I
give
have 2
your
ways to get
Professor's
more
Letter.
prizes.
Now,
Right, I have the
Scald,
Guzma and I
is
have the
that a
Escape Rope.
Darkness Energy is the
Um,
last one?
I think he's gonna. He attacks with
Devoured
the
Field.
Okay.
Porygon.
So that's why we did not see the Devoured Field this turn, I would assume then.
I like the letter grab. It's
Sure.
gonna allow JW to.
So I grab the letter here
gonna
so that
allow
I
the
can,
JW to
go for a
maybe
Moltres
some
maybe.
Galarian Moltres plays
Yeah,
and stuff
yep,
like
yep.
that. Just
Andrew
give them
susses it
more
out immediately.
options in the turns to come. With only 2 prize cards left, JW just needs to kind of map out the final 2 knockouts. He's got 3 potential, well, I guess 2 potential attackers. The Lipard can theoretically attack, usually, or
Right.
not going to, but okay. So you know,
Yeah, you can work it in if you need to.
I mean
the Pidgeotto.
Pidgeotto, the Minccino. I mean, there's dudes out here that could definitely get knocked out by the Liepard. Okay, so
It's a totally
so
reasonable thing to try
Trevor
to
also
close out
makes
game,
a
absolutely.
weird
Yes, absolutely.
play.
So JW's got options, especially since
Trevor
the
also makes a
Snorlax here,
weird play
who
here
looks like
where
it's
he
going to
attaches
need
2
to
energy
knock out
to
the Weavile unless Trevor tries to get fancy with the
he attaches
Porygon
2
Z
energy to
again,
the Porygon
which,
Z
you know,
that he
Trevor
maybe shouldn't
has
have.
done.
I was just I'm just trying to
Funny
think about like
enough,
how I was
the
thinking about
Porygon
this
Z
play
is,
while
you
we
know,
were actually
the only
in the
attacker on
game,
this
where it's
board
like
that
he
can deal with
gets
the Weavile and
back
doesn't get insta knocked out.
he gets back
by
the
any of the things
recycle
that
energy,
JW's
so
got.
he's going to attach the
Trevor can
powerful
power
and
this
the double
Pokemon
turbo,
up, has
but
powerful colorless
maybe he's
energy
like
and
thinking
the
about,
double
oh,
colorless
I'm going to need to
energy.
take out the
So we
Weezing
could
or
see a
something on the
Tantrum
next
get in
turn,
there.
so
We
maybe
saw
that's his
Trevor
thought
utilize
here,
that
but I would have
in
liked to
the
see
top
the
4
recycle
set.
come back to
But
hand.
would have to find a way to retreat
But yeah, there's
Snorlax
that.
first.
He's going to crazy
Snorlax
code
has a
there.
pretty
So
hefty
I was just kind of
core
curious why he
retreat
didn't
cost. Trevor has put the energies on to the Porygon.
I don't know, maybe
so
maybe
I think he's banking
accelerated
on trying
the
to get a way to retreat the Snorlax. It either needs to be another energy.
he didn't
card
accelerate
retreat
the like
or a float stone. Or
the special
something
energy, the
else,
active,
like
and then
a
retreat,
I
and he
don't
gets
think he
the
can switch or escape rope or
the
anything
energy
like that.
back. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, with the recycle energy, the kind of unspeakable retreat cost of 4, becomes a
Unspeakable
more,
retreat cost. I love that.
imaginable retreat cost of 3.
Yeah,
Getting
probably
to
the
conserve that
the
energy
one
is
bad
pretty
thing about
good.
Snorlax is the retreat
No,
cost. So he's gonna
definitely
have
no
to
switch,
use
no
the
energy, so
Pidgeotto.
it is just going to have to be the Snorlax taking the knockout with Collapse, but then that gives JW an opportunity to
I
maybe
think.
go in with
I don't remember.
Weezing
I don't remember what happens here.
and finish it off.
There's
Well,
this.
Oh yeah, Trevor has not used
There's his
that
energy.
airmail quite yet. Sees the fire energy, which is the energy needed in order to retreat. Maybe these players are just making
I mean,
sure
I
that
do
no
just feel
ability
like you
has
should
been
take the
used. And
knockout with
Trevor's been pretty
Collapse.
on
I'm
top
not
of using those
quite
ability markers, so
like I'm not quite sure
pretty
what
confident that airmail has not
happens
quite been
no,
used.
yeah,
here.
for sure.
And that's a huge hit. Now
I
Trevor can
like I
attack for
feel
turn
like
because Crazy
you.
Code attached the 2 energies on
I
the
don't know.
bench.
I feel like you take
It's
the knockout here with
pretty,
the active, but maybe I'm missing
big
something.
to retreat the Snorlax, a pretty hefty cost to pay. But if you do it, you knock out.
I guess he's
something
thinking he
with
can
the
outlast my
Porygon
gusts,
Z.
maybe.
You confuse yourself.
But I think I
but
have Boss
not going to be
and
immediately returned
VS
to
Seeker
you.
left, so I have
It's
2 ways
true.
to get around the.
You know what's something I haven't seen
the
yet
active.
today? I
What?
haven't seen the welder come out to play yet. I would like to see that. The welder would be
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
sick. I know, it's because there's all these fire energy in this colorless deck, and it's just really for the welder.
It's the best off energy to play for sure. And Trevor will commit this 4th energy.
So he's gonna
Looks like
attach
it will get
manually,
popped back to hand,
retreat.
but
He gets
3
the energy
fire
back.
energies going to the discard
It's just
pile.
so much.
Moving a Pokemon with 4 retreat is always quite the chore. And Snorlax not making it any easier, definitely blocking the road here. But Trevor sends up this Porygon Z.
Porygon Z's Tantrum attack doing
So
a
he does
sufficient
120,
120 damage,
140 with the powerful energy, and then
colorless
he's
energy on it.
confused.
Or,
So I promote this.
Okay, yeah, okay. I thought
I'm
that,
like kind of
no, it's
excited
up
at this
twin
point. I
or
forget
something, right?
exactly what I had in my
Twin and
hand,
power
but
colorless.
Yes.
there's
yes, he's got
there's the
double
floater. I think I'm gonna
colorless
poison
and
the active
powerful colorless
and
energy.
just
So
trade or something.
that is the 3 energy required in order to use that Tantrum attack.
Cool. So JW has got the Liepard with its trade ability. He's got Galarian Weezing and has got Hoopa. Only 2 prizes left to take. Porygon Z has got 100.
So there's the stretcher. It's gonna go for the Sneasel, and then Marnie.
With Rescue Stretcher.
So I get the
and
Sneasel back
Marnie.
because
I
I'm
don't
like,
think JW has
I
any
can
other cards
Clara
Just
for the
that Marnie.
Weavile
Yep.
and
JW 's
a
just drawing
dark
5
energy,
cards off the
right?
top,
So I can
which
Clara and get
will
those back in the
disrupt
hand. So
Trevor.
as long as I just have the
Yeah,
Sneasel
4
out,
cards.
that's another
Finds
option.
the
If he tries to go for a bunch of
Finds
um,
Quick Ball, Poke
a bunch
Gear,
of
Muscle
abilities,
Band.
then he's gonna
So
have a
with
rough
muscle
time.
Band, the Hoopa's doing 110. It's never going to reach that 130 number. So I do think that JW kind of seeing it's going to be Weezing time, more than likely. The Porygon is confused, so it is a 50% chance of just damaging itself in the active spot if Trevor were to decide to attack with it. Finds the escape rope, and
That's the card.
And a Spiritomb. The escape rope is huge.
Spiritomb's
here.
good. I'm gonna start
That
building
would
some of that
let
spite.
JW get a prize card this turn. With the Hoopa. The Hoopa can knock out everything on Trevor's side of the
Okay.
field, and then JW would go to just one single prize card remaining.
Literally
So there's
just told
that.
the JW not to use those dice.
Oh, yeah, and then
He's like,
Andrew's gonna
I'll
be super
remember,
upset
I'll
here.
remember.
Look at how triggered he is.
He's probably doing it on purpose.
I told you he is. I told you he is.
I'm not
True
doing
man
it on
of chaos.
purpose.
A true man of chaos. I know. He's just.
So there is 10 damage on that Spiritomb. JW is
Yes.
trying to make sure that no one at home can tell that.
Yeah, I was
but
making sure that we are all as tilted as possible trying to commentate over this match. He is. He's got the escape rope there. Yep. Yep. Somebody at the table remembered that I told him to please not. And the escape rope will be able to drag up one of those Pokemon on the bench.
So I'm just trying to do my
Probably
damage
just
calculations.
going
Like,
to-
do I think I'm gonna hit a gust
It's
in
tough,
time?
because if you
You
give
know,
up a weak Pokemon like Minchino, then it's just wheezing.
Right.
And your opponent promotes first. This is one of the weird interactions where the. Oh, huh.
I think JW is considering just going into the Weezing and just poisoning for a turn. That would put Porygon in range of being KO'd by pretty much everything.
So
and
I do
JW
this
is still
play
ahead
because
on the
I don't
prize race.
need
Even if
to-
Trevor does take
I
a
don't
knockout
need
on
to
this
get
Weezing,
a prize
as long
here
as
because
JW
as long as I can
takes a
take out
knockout
his
the
only
next two
attacker,
turns,
remove his
still
like he
will-
has a 50% chance
that
to
seems
fair.
fine.
flip.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
like.
Right, because
I don't
you know,
need to
the
take a
Porygon
knockout
is
here.
the strongest attacker, on Trevor's board.
Because he has
at this
4
point,
prizes
weirdly
left.
enough.
He has
you
so
see the
many
escape
prizes
rope
left. I have
will
so much time here.
Just make the Porygon able to go back in with
Yeah.
fresh transfer.
That is true, that is
So it's
true.
like, you're
Like, and
gonna
he
have
has to
deal
find
with
an
Porygon at
answer
some
without
point.
drawing any cards, which is
So
the
might
hardest
as well
thing.
deal with it now.
And he's gonna
by
start,
dealing
I
with it now,
think,
JW
thinking about
is
scooping.
Still in a spot to win that race, knockout game.
And what this also does is it forces Trevor's hand a bit. Trevor has to find a way to switch out of this confusion.
And he
or
can't,
be
like, he
forced
can't
to just
accelerate
go
to
for the
bench
flip.
things,
And
right?
sometimes you just gotta go for it.
You really hate to just go for the flip. This hand is not looking good though. Not the kind of hand you want.
Especially
we'll
since
see.
Weezing
There's a
is
Bridget.
shutting off that airmail.
Yes. Weezing's turning off the airmail. JW didn't go for the aggressive escape rope knockout, right?
Nope.
So the Raihan is not an option to play this turn.
Right.
And the Porygon is just kind of chilling here. I feel like Trevor's in a position where kind of just has to go for it.
Yeah, I think Trevor absolutely has to go for it.
You have to go for it. You hate to be in that spot, but I mean, like, what's the alternative?
Pass?
Pass?
No.
Retreat?
So I'm thinking here that I
You
have,
just delay,
if he
just
flips
allow
tails,
the
I just
Weezing
win,
to,
basically. If he
you know,
flips heads and he
wreak
knocks
more
me
havoc
out,
on your
then
board,
I
you're not
can come
breaking
up with
a lot.
Hoopa, take my
Tantrum
prize,
would pick
and
up
then
the
I
KO
just get
thanks to
another
the power
trade,
of
and I
bonus
can
energy.
find,
Normally
if I get an
capped at 120,
energy,
but
plus
do
like
have
escape
140
rope, like I can win with a
points to that.
Weavile or
So
something,
this
like,
would be
there's
a
so many ways
huge
for me to
KO
win at
for
this
Trevor to
point.
get, and by benching the Kangaskhan.
So he
Trevor
retreats.
Going for the conservative play.
Okay.
I think he
and
should have attacked.
Retreating the Porygon.
But-
Maybe.
But is this a winning play?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's like a lose slower play, but the capture energy. Okay.
So he's gonna
see
draw.
this. All right, the capture energy onto the Snorlax is gonna.
I'm
collect.
gonna just
Maybe
use
he's
Weezing, I
trying
think,
to
again.
Get a little something motivated here, a little something going. But I mean, at this point now, it's like, okay, Weezing will just take the knockout on the Snorlax.
Yep.
Another turn for JW to attach an energy, build up the board, use trade, right?
Build up spite as well.
Build spite, right? You're kind of just delaying the inevitable. I think that the Porygon going in for the knockout, if it took it, could have put Trevor in a position where maybe a win was fathomable. But I think that
Yeah, and then he scoops. All right, let's go on to game 2 here.
Yeah.
Early game.
All right.
And then
Sick.
things like
So I had an
Kino,
insane start here.
PG,
I get the
Doof
I
is
get the
already
2
in
like
hand,
best
but
starters
maybe
here because I know that he's
Olivia
gonna want to
to
fill his bench, right?
respond pretty
So
quickly
I have to make a
to
really
the
strong
Doof
decision. This is game number
Weezing.
2,
What's the
whether to
best
go in with the
option
Zoroark or whether to go in
to,
with the
like, knock out
Weezing.
Weezing pretty quickly. Is it like Snorlax? and you
So
have to get
the
one of
Weezing super good with the
modifiers? That's probably
Ascension.
it,
I
right?
feel like it has to be
Super
Snorlax,
good,
and
but
the
I
reason
think this
being
game I
is that
actually start
Snorlax has
missing
that collect
energy.
attack
Yeah, I think
that
this is
it
the game where I
needs
miss a
to
bunch of energy.
help draw
which is
into the
crazy.
cards it needs to knock out
So
the
crazy.
Weezing, whereas all the other attackers might just
Have
get
like
stuck.
8 ways to get
Snorlax is
energy,
probably
and I miss
the
it
most
all.
reliable
But I
at
know I
not
need to keep the
getting
Weezing
stuck
active or else he
in
gets all his
Trevor's
abilities
deck.
and just goes
So
ham.
You see Trevor obviously going for the Snorlax. That's the lead. It's got 150 hit points. The math works out on it. It's able to survive multiple turns of that poison damage.
A couple of awkward prizes on Trevor's side as well. Kind of behind his hand there. It does look like the unidentified fossil and the Porygon 2. So unidentified fossil does become the Aerodactyl, which is one of the strongest, I think just the literal strongest single attacker in the deck. And the Porygon 2 is kind of the key to getting into Porygon Z eventually. Now Trevor can still play Rare Candy, but that's a lot harder to manage and kind of forces your hand to get something like Teammates, and that's a specific card you have to get off of Teammates as well.
Trevor opting to
Yeah, I
grab
think I have the Galarian
Snorlax,
Weezing in hand, but I just don't
Porygon,
have the
and
energy to attack.
Hendersnon
If I could have attacked
with
on turn
the
1 or turn 2,
energy in
I win,
hand.
like,
Looks
very
that's
easily, I think.
Double colorless
But-
energy
Yeah.
is going to make its way onto Snorlax. So Snorlax
Yeah, what do I do
is
here?
actually ready to collapse.
There's that. There's that. I research and I
Evolution
miss
from
it.
JW. Does he have the Weezing? Here is the moment of truth. He doesn't know. He's going through the deck, wants to find Galarian Weezing, and there it is.
I was
Let's
nervous
go.
for a second.
Yeah, it gets to that final 10 cards in the deck, and you're like, come on, baby, come on. I know you're in here, Weezing. And sure enough, Weezing decided to show up. That
And then
is
now I'm checking for the
a
Liepard,
wonderful grab for
because I just
JW
need to know
with
whether or not I can
Zork
draw
hitting the
cards or
bench
not.
Immediately. Trevor has got how many cards in hand? I'm curious because JW's got a copycat. I don't think the hand is huge.
I think it is 4. So
Yeah.
JW will probably choose to play the Research instead.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, Research is in hand.
What sleeves am I using in this video? I am using Dragon Shield Dual Mats,
but if you're the one
like
being
I
aggressive,
think they're
don't
called
think you wanna
Slate.
go too much.
Yeah, better than a
believe.
copycat before. So we're gonna send it with the Moltres.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I think that JW does play a Rescue Stretcher.
Yep.
So there is one more option to bring it back, and the
And-
Clara.
And the Rescue Stretcher as well.
Yep. So there they all are. Actually, this hand isn't the most exciting considering there's no darkness energy in it.
Uh-oh.
Would be good to poison this turn with the Galarian Weezing. Does have a guaranteed knockout if he wants to go in with Zoroark, but trading a Zoroark for a Slackoth doesn't feel great because the Snorlax is just sitting there, and I'm sure would love to knock out a Zoroark if JW wanted to take the greedy knockout on the Slackoth. And I think JW
And he
kind of
breathes a sigh of
assesses
relief here.
that
Snow.
correctly and
Jesse
says,
is so
"Nah,
right. It's snow.
pass," and keep you from doing anything with my Galarian Weezing in the active spot.
Yeah, I think JW's still just okay with
Was
this
this the
turn.
double
It's hard
tails
for
flip?
Trevor to
Oh, he gets one
have
heads.
much of
Okay,
a
okay.
Response to this. One heads on the timer ball can get any evolution Pokemon from.
Thank you, Chaos, for the follow. And Mightyena, you can, if you're looking for those sleeves, you can find them on my affiliate site, on my website. I have a code. If you go to the content section, flexdaddy.cards
Industrious Incisors
/
normally
content.
would be able to draw some cards, but in this
You can find it there at the bottom of the
specific
page.
will not work out.
Use my affiliate code. I get a little bit of a kickback. Thank you to my
Ultra Ball
sponsor,
being
Dragon
played,
Shield.
Discarding a couple of cards, Versus Seeker being one of them.
So he's
And a quick ball
discarding
looks like
a
as
lot of resources right out the gate. He discarded with the Ultra Ball a Quick Ball and a VS
Going
Seeker.
on to the active
And just
and
has a pretty
Chino.
set up board at this point.
Is that
But
a
he's
draw?
going to go for the
This is
draw
a
on the
0
Bibberol.
card hand.
But he
Oh, boy,
cannot.
that is not good for Trevor.
No, and this is how dependent Trevor is on those abilities, and JW has sniffed it out.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
And
he's gonna
saying,
go for the Bibberol. Watch
I
this,
will
watch
not
this.
Move my Weezing. You have a
And then-
0
oh,
card hand.
nope. And he
Look how
looks
good
at the
Trevor's
judge.
turn would have been
Oh,
if
yeah.
JW had chosen to go in with the Zork.
Yeah, there you go.
Industrious Incisors for 5.
Oh,
Trevor
he-
didn't notice.
Trevor forgot. He
Oh,
didn't
no.
realize. He just. Oh,
He
was
has to
going
pass.
go
If I
to
could just
draw
put
and
on
forgot
poison
about the
damage, I
Weezing.
win this so
No.
fast.
Oh,
That's all I'm
my
thinking
God.
is like,
Versus Seeker
I
as
am so
well.
salty.
I don't know that. Was
Oh.
there even a supporter to have played, though?
No, not really, but still just. Oh,
Bird
that's
Keeper,
so
I'm like,
tough.
oh yeah, I'm getting the
You
dark
see
for sure.
Trevor's not having a good
1,
time
2,
with that. JW
3.
finding
Crap,
some
I don't get it.
really
All right.
Good cards.
Nest Ball.
Off this Bird Keeper. Still no energy yet, but JW does
Go for the
play
Liepard.
And a Professor's Letter, which he could find off the trainer's mail
Yep.
to get him an energy to inflict poison. But I think at this point, JW is just licking his chops. He has got
Yep.
Trevor with
Yep.
a
He knows.
0 card hand.
He knows.
Just hand locked with the Galarian Weezing in the active spot, and JW can take as long as he needs to take to set up his board.
Definitely.
Yep,
You
no
still-
need to rush.
Still would like to attack this turn, get the poison out, put some pressure on. It's not necessary, but it would definitely be ideal. Would like to get that severe poison, I mean, of course.
Yes, obviously would like to poison, but we'll be content just keeping Trevor to one card hand next turn.
So, yeah, I'll take that
deck,
teammates
unless
here.
it's,
Pretty good.
you know,
Well, there
something
was no
real
misplay.
good. So
Yeah, Blast, there was no
we'll
misplay
see.
there.
JW,
Like,
yes,
what else
just
would he
having
do?
to go back
I mean,
into
he
the Elite
discarded,
Wheezing.
I don't know, Via
It's
Seeker.
gonna
I'm
be
not sure if he
fun
had
hand,
played a
Ultra
sport. He
Ball,
played like a
these cards we're
Gloria.
even gonna see
Like, I don't
play.
think it
usually
was necessarily a
JW
misplay.
is saving the Ultra Ball to go for live
Energy
art
was the
next turn.
fourth card?
Top deck for
Yeah.
Trevor.
Oh, fourth card, yeah,
It's
of the draw. Yep.
One energy.
It's a powerful colorless energy.
So
The
I
deck
think
does
he should have
one
retreated
energy
here.
Attack. I have no clue what.
I
that
think
does,
he should have
though.
retreated into
He
the
was about
Snorlax
20,
and started collecting.
But,
I'm
and
not
Trevor
quite
is
sure
gonna
why
attack
he
with this
didn't.
figure
This
off.
was also a question that I had. Is
See
like,
what
just
it
collect with the
does.
Snorlax.
Okay.
Well, that's not super strong, but it does mean that.
But I guess he
collapse-
figures
Over
that the
the course of
Snorlax can,
enough
with another
turns.
energy, just attack
That's
and knock
true.
out.
That
So
is true because
The
J-
Weezing's not, with an energy. So
what's
right.
the
Over
Dragon
the course
Shield
of
code?
enough
Yeah,
turns
let
in
me
action, let's see
get that
what
to
does
you.
Let's see what that Vigoroth does, okay? Because
Yeah,
maybe
a
its
second
Let me get that to
yeah,
you.
maybe its second attack is like kind of sick. It's the single strike one slash, does 50 damage, so 70.
Okay.
And now we're starting to see maybe 2 shatter attacks and a slash could do it.
A slash and a muscle band would do it next turn.
Yeah, precisely. So, Trevor playing with what he's got. And JW gonna use Cynthia to shuffle the hand, draw 6 cards, got the Lipard in play, can start using the Lipard to trade through the deck, finds the darkness energy finally to put
All right,
onto
regulars in the
Ovarian
chat, you guys can
Weezing. And what's hilarious about
find
this
it
game
here.
is that
I added
prize
a-
hasn't been drawn yet. Yeah.
But I think
quick
we know
link.
who is very much
Thank
in
you,
the
guys.
lead. Trevor's sitting with a 0
Yeah.
card hand. JW
Yeah.
totally ability locking Trevor and town map.
There's a town
gets
map,
played
huge.
as soon as it gets
Big boy.
drawn. Prized a couple stadiums, escape rope as well. Those are great cards to see because you
Ooh,
can
stream quality?
control when you take them. The
Stream
boss's
quality?
orders as well being over there.
Right.
So there's the
yeah, just
poison.
being able to
We're
kinda
chilling.
map out those cards, the boss, the escape rope, the hoopa. These are good ones to find. Town map is such an insane card. I think it's no secret
He's
that
gonna retreat,
both finalists have town map in their deck right now.
And what Trevor's doing
and
now
he's
is
gonna go in
pretty
with
good.
the Snorlax.
Reading the
Collect.
Vigoroth and collect. Draw
Yep.
2 cards. Try to get out of this, and does find the
Very
energy
happy
to
he didn't
collapse
get a
next
knockout
turn
there.
and KO Weezing.
Yo,
Yep,
Chaos
so
Warlock
Trevor
with the
just playing into
sub.
what
Thank
he's
you
got,
so much.
finds-
Definitely gonna
yeah,
build
with
Dark
that
now for my
energy,
first
the
GLC deck.
Weezing
Let's
list
go,
on fire.
dude.
JW, despite
Yeah, my list
having
is
put
good.
one
You can
in
find it on
Ultra Ball
Twitter, man.
in his
Yeah, it's
hand
really
last turn,
good.
didn't play either
That's a
of
really
them,
good starting place
choosing
for
to
it.
preserve resources
Thank you
instead,
so
and
much for the
now
Prime
actually
sub. I
doesn't
appreciate it,
have,
Chaos.
A ton of attackers in play,
No.
which is a little bit concerning.
So this early game has been very favored for JW, but now JW needs to do something. JW needs
So I
to get
think
some
I
more
go in
Pokemon
here
play.
with the
Needs to
Zorark,
start
I think,
trying
because
to
he only
set
has a 3-card
other
hand.
Guys up. That Guzzlord would be a great
All
option.
his
Of
dudes
course,
are
we've seen
huge.
that come into play pretty early in most of these games so far.
And I need to find like a
So I'm sure
Spiritomb to start
JW
setting
would
up.
love to find it.
And let's see, a Colress.
Okay.
Am I going to
6.
Salt Lake? No,
Gets
I'm not,
some more
unfortunately.
cards,
Probably
gets
Indy,
a
though.
Trade after the Colress to see 2 more cards, and JW would like to find Spiritomb. Just put it down, start
Yeah.
putting damage counters on it. Sneasel, that'd be good. The mainstays. Let's just get these guys out the deck. Would be ideal for sure.
I think I just whiff
Instead,
everything, right?
what do we
I get a
got?
Guzzlord. Okay.
Not quite sure.
I was like,
We've
I remember
also
this
Crop
Colress
House, so that's
being
a little
very
off.
Okay,
mid.
Guzzlord
gets played.
Yep, that'll do.
And I just put it down with no real
With an
care in the world because
opportunity
I'm
for
like,
the
well, if
play,
he
it's gonna
ends me
be
or
Cynthia and
something,
Caitlin finds
it's not great.
Letter
Oh, yeah. That's
and
sick.
The
That's so sick.
twin energy.
So I put the
which
twin
is
down, I
beautiful 'cause
believe.
You can slap the twin energy
Absolutely.
onto the Guzzlord,
Yeah.
and then next turn you've
And
got
then
letter.
I
and
can
Dark
letter
Patch
and
in
trade
hand.
and double
That's
colorless.
pretty
Yeah.
good, especially
So
if
strong.
Trevor's gonna take this knockout and put
As
that
long
darkness
as
energy
Trevor
into
doesn't
his
Marnie me
pile.
or end me,
Right.
I am in a
And, or,
very favorable spot.
The Lipart could trade one away.
Yeah,
It
there's
just-
lots of ways to make it happen.
Yeah, so this is basically a situation where JW is like, I'm actually ready to start trading now.
Okay.
Right? Because I can go in, neutralize the Snorlax, right? Just take it out and say, like, okay.
And then
I'm
here
gonna
I
go
take
in
a
with
boss,
Kangaskhan.
maybe
My
escape
hand
rope.
is bananas. I've got the Dark Patch.
Escape
I've
rope.
got
I take
the,
escape rope for some reason. I'm
you
not
know,
sure on
the
that play.
Claw. the claw.
Ready to go.
Yeah,
But
got
maybe
the
I'm
claw in my
thinking
hand.
about
So
Hoopa,
the Guzzlord's
like being
going
a
to be able
possibility to
do
get around the
as much damage as it needs
active
to
or
do
something.
to
I'm not
knock
exactly
out
sure.
the
Or maybe I'm thinking escape rope for the
Kangaskhan to
Guzzlord.
take 2 more prizes.
Trevor really wants to find the twin energy here. Double colorless has already been used. Giant Hearth can discard a card.
So he's gonna Giant
or
Hearth,
Trevor will
try to
take it.
thin his
He
hand
might
down a
just
little
be
bit.
thinning the
And I think
hand.
he's not
There's
even
already
gonna
a
grab
fire in
anything.
hand,
Yeah, that's
so
right.
Worst case scenario, you can attach that. Just wants to draw an extra card off the Industrious Incisors. Can find the double color or the twin energy potentially, or a supporter card to keep digging. Otherwise, Zolwark is going to just get to hang on and take another knockout potentially.
Yeah, that would not be ideal. Here we go.
Oh, it's the
And
first card.
Double turbo,
which
that,
is enough.
Yes, 100 damage exactly.
Wow, it was the first card.
And
So
it's
savage.
the Rally
So
back from
savage.
darkness ablaze.
Oh man,
A nice low
so good.
maintenance attacker in this colorless deck with a formidable 130 hit points, and Trevor will select the Welder off the prizes.
Okay.
All right, Welder is really good because he does not have
Porygon,
Porygon, so he just needs, you know, a way to like get an attacker out. Figure it out.
Has been included in this deck.
And JW using trade.
Oh, I get the
discarding
oh, I
darkness
remember. I get the
energy,
escape rope because I'm
finds
like, if he does get the knockout, then I'm gonna need to figure it out from there. Yeah, I remember because I don't have a way to switch. Oh my
As the
gosh!
letter,
Of course I get the
Banquet,
escape
while
rope.
it is
Yeah, because I don't have
extremely
Guzma.
It only deals
And I need to
3
be able to use Dark
damage.
Patch.
Kangaskhan
Oh my
has
gosh, it was a
130
great
HP.
play.
He's got the rope in his hand, so I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Of course I have to
are
use
you-
rope
is
here.
It is a situation where JW is able to knock out all of the
Yeah.
Pokemon on Trevor's bench.
Well, JW also has the Dark Claw and the Muscle Band. So
yes,
yeah, it can
the
also
answer-
just knock out the active as well.
right. But I don't know that JW has a way to get the.
I don't have a way to get it out of the
Green
active.
Weezing straight back out of the active. Right.
That's true. Yeah. So it does.
So I need to. I think he brings up the Minchino,
So
which
the
is the
energy
right
going
call.
onto the Guzzlord,
and I
who's
escape.
got the
I remember
rope.
I grabbed the
Obviously
escape
a
rope because
little
I'm
annoying
thinking one
because
turn
not
ahead.
knocking out the
If
Kangaskhan,
he
but
finds a
Kangaskhan's
knockout
gonna
for my
cause less
Zoroark, I'm
damage
going
because
to
of the double
need
turbo
to have a
energy.
response. I want to use my
And
Guzzlord,
that's not enough to
and
knock
I
out
do it. And I know that
That's
the
what's gonna happen
the
for the hit
Kangaskhan's not
points.
really.
Boy.
So
Um,
Trevor is
you know, a
going
threat.
to have to somehow figure out how to cook up.
So there's
Wow,
that.
And the muscle band going down onto the Guzzlord rescue stretcher. I love this. Just getting some of these pieces back into the deck.
So I wonder what
Weavile,
I do here. I think I had
Sabua,
discarded the Super Rod
Zoroark,
early. I'm
throw
not
them
sure.
back in while you have it, kind of prepping for any sort of hand disruption that we might encounter. And I love
Oh.
this with the Bridget. When you
So
get to
good.
Gust and Bridget in the same turn,
What?
it feels dirty. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Now JW is going to be taking 2 prize cards,
And then
getting
I think I get the
Sneasel
Spirit Tomb. I
and
start
the
building that up
Zorua
as well.
Out of
Yep.
the deck.
Really,
With the
really good.
Spirit Tomb, gonna see that building spite ability place a damage counter.
And then I
on
think
the
I grab
Spirit Tomb
Boss
as
here
well.
because I want to
And
get
a
out
2
from
prize
a
take
potential
from
slack off.
JW with Guzzlord's Red Banquet attack.
Incredibly strong. Building Spite does.
Jedi says,
that
"What a
damage
great time
counter.
to be a low flexer." That's
English
right,
Cry can
baby.
become a serious threat in the late game. Trevor usually wants to use these big HP basic Pokemon with Fighting Fury Belt to increase their HP.
So I take the boss,
Spirit Tomb can get over those
and do I
humps
take a
and
stadium at this point?
Still pick up 1-hit KOs.
Can't remember.
regardless.
I know I really
Trevor
devalue the
left in a
stadiums,
tough
so
spot.
I
Has
take the
Welder
energy.
in hand
That makes
now,
sense.
With a couple of fire energies, and Giant Hearth is also still in play.
Wow.
Oh, I take the
JW
stadium.
selecting
Okay.
the Devoured
I do take the
Field
stadium.
off of the prizes.
take the
saying,
stadium.
All right. So, you know,
Oh, 'cause I'm
guy's
thinking,
a little bit
like-
for me. I'm gonna be able to do as much damage as I need to do.
Huh,
next
yeah,
turn.
doing as much
Guzzlord
damage.
is
I don't know. The
looking
like Snorlax could come back. It has
absolute menace in the
150,
active
so like I would need
with
that to counter the
Vigoroth.
Snorlax. So that's what I'm thinking there by taking that
Maybe
Devoured Field. Just what my
Slacking is gonna
opponent
come
could
out to
have.
save the day.
Trevor needs
Oh, he
to
has
draw it, and
teammates.
I think he has to
Dude,
draw
he
it
just
either
ripped it off the
Welder
top, bro.
or
That's not
two
fair.
teammates, maybe for triple
Too
acceleration
insane.
energy,
Insane top
plus
decks.
the
Jake says, "What's
slacking
Dark City
and
worth it?" I don't know
critical
what other
move
stadium
will
you'd
be
play.
strong enough to pick
So.
up a one-hit knockout.
It's the best stadium for
onto
Dark.
The Guzzlord, and JW does not have the immediate response prepared. So this is actually a really solid play from Trevor.
Yeah, I mean, having the Vigoroth.
I do
built
have
up
the immediate
does
response
40
prepared.
damage
Chip,
on it,
watch me.
so Slacking's only gonna have
Chip, watch me. What are you
120
talking about? I don't have the
play.
immediate response prepared.
Using the triple acceleration energy.
You're crazy,
is
Chip.
going
You're
to mean
crazy.
That the Slacking's not necessarily built up to be aggressive back-to-back. It's just going to neutralize the
So he gets the
immediate
Evo
threat,
Soda
which
to just
is
thin an
the
extra card.
Guzzlord in the active spot. Maybe thinking, is it a little bit greedy that JW decided to throw that muscle band onto the Guzzlord? Maybe.
Watch
but
this. Watch
it's
this. I do
probably
have the
fine.
response.
Dark Claw
Chip.
as well, so wanted to
Frickin'
do this
Chip,
in case,
man.
You know, Trevor didn't get the knockout, maybe disrupted the hand, so that Guzzlord could still pick up a knockout on the Kangaskhan.
Thinking I didn't have
agree
the
with that.
response,
Yeah, I
bro.
think that
That's
makes sense.
I'm sad about that. Chip not even
Here's
believing
the
in me, bro.
slacking and the triple acceleration energy, and Trevor just trying to thin down his hand as much as possible. To use
Well, he should know I have
Mel's
boss already, right?
industrious
Like I have boss and
Scissors ability
I think I have an energy from the
to
Prof
draw
letter.
cards.
So like I could at the very least get a
Solid
knockout
if
with
you
Spiritomb
ask
here.
me.
But I'm
Attach
also
that
very
energy,
greedy, and I think
so
I go
you
for
can
the
run that
Weavile
back in
play.
the hand.
But let's see.
Industrious Incisors draws.
No, I
Just
make
one
the
card.
safe
Even
play.
is
I
not bad
think
to
I
have.
do remember
Not the
this. I
card
think I make the
JW
safe
or
play
the Trevor
because the
wants to
double
play,
turbo
though,
means that the
because,
slacking
again,
is probably
the
not
Guzzlord's
going to
gotta go
attack
down.
again
Yeah, well, I already played
this
teammates
turn.
as
Yeah,
well,
so I'm trying to
yeah,
set
we'll
up the
discard
Weavile,
that
but I
triple
think I go
acceleration
after
energy.
the Porygon
But
here
JW does have a
because that
pretty
has the least
reasonable
amount of HP like
response to
potential.
this
He
as
takes the
long as
Porygon
he
too. I remember
makes
I go up with the
has
because I don't have a
Dark
good
Claw in
pivot.
hand, and
So I have to make a
Weavile
decision on what to
deals
do
100
here
damage right now.
on
So
this
plus
turn.
20 more,
Like I
that's
can't wait to
exactly
like trade or
enough
anything
to knock
because I
out
don't
the
have access to
Slacking.
trade. And
But
yeah, so I
Spiritomb
go
is
up
gonna be
here,
the
I
promotion for
gust.
now. I think JW has gone through a lot of basic darks at this point in this game.
Huh? There's a basic dark right there in the
Okay,
hand.
okay.
And
I gust the
Not really
Porygon, I
confident
build
in the
Spite,
ability to
and then I
grab the
trade.
Weavile, or feels like that's something he needs to save for later.
boss. So
Oh,
I
okay.
think it's just gonna be Gust on Porygon.
When I blew
Like,
their mind
if
with
you gust
Icy
the
Wind, Clara,
Porygon and knock
Moltres.
it
Yeah,
out,
so true.
Yeah.
you also break the ability lock,
Yep.
and you make it so that you guarantee pretty much, aside from
So
special
then the
charge
slacking can't
and
do
getting
anything.
The triple back, that the slacking's not going to be
Yeah,
attacking. again
yeah,
next turn.
exactly. Yeah, Andrew knows.
So
Yeah, the slacking. I'm
JW
gonna
is
get
just gonna
trades for the next
continue
turn.
the
Is basically what I'm
trade,
gonna do.
Special charge.
Is in the prize, right? So
Yeah.
you're going to guarantee that slacking is not coming back next turn, and that you're going to get some mileage out of the Spiritomb, which is nice, saving your.
I would say, Jake,
did you
just
have your trade?
play it. I would say
I
play the
believe
deck
so, yeah.
first,
Traded
honestly.
away the Marnie that's in the discard pile right there.
So he brings up
And yeah, JW was able to
Kangaskhan.
make that play because of town map. Saw
Right.
that Trevor
And then I'm
took
saving the
Porygon
stadium because at this
2
point
off
I don't know
prizes.
what
Yeah.
stadium he
He was
plays.
aware, like, yeah,
There's the welder.
This is what he wants
Whoa.
to set up. Oh, speaking of no way to power this guy up,
Whoa.
welder for 2 energy.
Let's go.
I'm surprised he
Fire
didn't
in
attack
hand,
with
there
the
it is.
slacking.
Welder
though.
onto slacking. Look at that.
So there's that. There's
I
the
wanted
energy
to see a
attachment.
welder sometime today, and there it is. I didn't expect that I'd be seeing it in the colorless deck, but sure enough,
There's
you can play
the
welders
giant
whatever deck you
hearth.
want.
You can, but this colorless.
I'm
is
just
probably
surprised
the
he
only
didn't
other
attack
deck
with the
besides
slacking
Fire
and
that
get rid of my
makes
trade.
any
But
sort of
I
sense.
guess
Trevor
the
showing off
slacking
exactly
becomes
why
better
these
later
energies are in
than
this deck, why he chose to play this
than
little
the
package in here.
Kangaskhan, I
Working
guess.
out very nicely. Kangaskhan can still pick up this KO. It deals 100 damage, knocks out the Spiritomb, which only has 40 HP remaining.
Right.
And this slacking is just.
But I have the
waiting
teammates.
in.
Ah,
If
remember this.
Trevor can
Remember
combine
this.
the
Many people are
slacking
saying he has
in the
teammates.
active next turn with an end to 1.
All right, there's that.
That's pretty dang good.
Could be powerful. Trevor is going to attack with the Kangaskhan. So
I have to make a choice here. I think I have to go Weavile. Or excuse me, Sneasel.
Kangaskhan
Sneeze Isle.
is only doing 100 damage with rally back, so you want to actually just utilize.
Sneasel, I have the
Kangaskhan
teammates in
on
hand.
the Pokemon
I played the
skill
Rescue
or
Stretcher on a previous turn. I'm going to get the Weavile, do 100 damage. I think I can take a knockout here because I have the stadium in hand,
which is going to be
and I have the energy. So I can grab like the
Now-
Dark Claw.
I actually think Trevor's.
Oh,
not
I
in
drew
a
the
bad
Weavile.
spot here,
Yo, sick.
As long as he can find the end.
And I
Find
have the Dark Claw in
disruption.
hand. I think I have everything.
JW needs to establish Moltres now.
Yes, yeah, and
Like
it's in
literally like this turn.
it's in the discard pile.
And you can find Clara.
Yeah, well, yeah, he needs to do that. Yes,
Definitely.
for sure.
Yeah, so he would love to do that. I think that would be a big.
I don't
turn
remember
for
how I do
JW.
this because I have the Wheezing. I know
Let's
I'm going to
see
need
what
to
he's
attack
got,
with Wheezing.
though. I mean, because he doesn't actually have any. Okay, he's got Weavile in hand. He's got the Devoured Field and the Dark Claw.
Okay,
So this is a guaranteed knockout on the Kangaskhan.
does have the Weavile. Yep, there we go. Bruno is a supporter option. Is that the teammates all the way on the right as well?
Teammates
That
is good.
that can stack up JW's hand for whatever he needs. But yeah, I think finding Moltres would be best. But I don't know if he has a way to do it.
I don't know either. The Weavile
They don't believe.
can get there. We're gonna trade away
They don't
the
believe.
Bruno. and finds a Guzma.
Okay. That can deal with the slacking, but JW does not have a way to retreat in hand.
Right, so I think it's going to go to one prize
wait.
remaining.
JW has Versus Seeker. Is that boss still in the prize cards? It's not. Could boss this turn.
Pretty insane to deal with the slacking, but the Kangaskhan definitely...
No, yeah, I don't know. This is tough.
It is really tough. Yes.
I do have the boss.
It's really tough. I like just dealing with it, right?
Okay, yeah.
I do.
There it is.
I think that
Yep,
this
boss
makes
it up,
the most sense.
knock it out.
It's the biggest
Kangaskhan
threat,
becomes less
that Trevor has.
good,
Trevor's-
like the longer it goes,
if
right?
Trevor's losing the slacking, I mean, it's like, okay, this is terrible.
And then I'll
right
do
now.
this
I mean,
just to
it is,
counter, make sure he doesn't get more
not-
energy into
not
play
ideal at all.
and like
Because now
discard
you're
things from
dealing
his
with
hand.
The Kangaskhan's got an extremely limited damage output at this point with the double turbo energy attached to it. What is
And there's
it?
that. So I do
100?
130 because he has 2 Pokemon with abilities out.
Not great. Obviously going to be able to rally back to
Take
go down
the
to
energy
2 prizes remaining,
or something.
but having to like it's easy.
And
to
then I just
imagine
kind of figure it out from here.
slacking, going end to 1,
It's like wheezing into
And
like
it's not
I think I
easy
used
to
the Moltres.
imagine
Oh yeah, I
Kangaskhan doing that.
Yeah, Kangaskhan,
he's
it
a
has
really
to
good
be,
sport.
like,
Trevor is a really good
into
sport. I'm like,
one
let me make the play. Watch
knockout
this coming
plus
up.
attach boss knockout.
Yeah.
That's what it's got to be, and the Zorua has to not get involved.
All right,
And,
let's
JW has
accelerate
to not
just a
find any of
little
those
bit.
pieces off of Lipard. So,
Because he's gonna
After a poison.
he's gonna
right?
figure it out. So there's Hoopa.
So JW at this point just
Yeah,
needing
so he
to
goes up, he takes a
set up
knockout.
the checkmate. 1 prize left. The
There's
Kangaskhan with the
Hoopa.
Fury belt on it, not getting knocked out this turn. It's just not happening.
No. Trevor will be in a tough spot. This poison will.
Did you
start
think
to
of
rack
letting
up
him
and
draw
put
those
this
cards off
Kangaskhan in
Bidoof in
range
game
of
2? Could have ended the
the-
set. Can you elaborate on that,
Like you mentioned,
Wallace?
all JW would have to do is send up that Weavile, retreat the energy off. Hoopa comes in and takes the KO.
Yep.
Does Trevor have a way to heal the poison?
And that's the thing is like putting the poison damage on is gonna rack up between turns.
Right.
So
right.
it just makes it so that Trevor cannot leave the Kangaskhan there.
Yes, Trevor would need to play like Bird Keeper, something like that.
Oh,
Peyton
I see,
Liza,
I see.
Some way to not be put in range of a dark.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't.
Of the
I was
Hoopa's
like, wait a
attack
second,
there, of the
no.
Assault Gate. JW is playing teammates can grab any 2 cards.
Get field blower.
I definitely stopped him
before he
from doing.
flips
I was like
instead.
prepared. I was
I
like,
don't think
I know
Bibberl
he's gonna go for the
choice
Bibberl
was
because
like
that's just
that.
what you do with a zero
Fighting
card
Fury
hand. And
Belt
I,
actually
you
kinda
saw me like
locks
put
up
my
the
hand down
Kangaskhan
and stop
more,
him.
Sure,
making
sure.
it more difficult to move, which I do like. That's a small deck.
Not a lot left remaining, so JW will have plenty of access to those cards through whatever supporter he may play through the end of this game. I didn't quite see what both of those cards were off of the teammates.
I took a
Trying
Clara.
to set it up for the next turn.
I took a
JW
Clara.
cannot win this turn. Only has 1 prize remaining. Coming down to the wire. Trevor Redding with
Oh
just
man.
2 prizes remaining. This is extremely close.
Yo, what's up,
JW
Ian?
making
Yes,
sure
what's up, man?
Every action is calculated, making sure that every decision is perfect and that he does not make any mistakes that could potentially cost him this game.
Floatstone onto the Zorua, and severe poison.
There it is.
Will
So we're gonna go 40
leave
with the poison.
Kangaskhan taking 4 damage counters between turns. Trevor with the top deck, taking a look, has got unidentified.
So here's how he gets out of the poison. This is kind of a cute play.
Peyton Liza
Watch this.
into the unidentified fossil, and unidentified fossil can just discard itself. That'll heal the poison and
But
send
then-
this
But he doesn't have an energy.
Kangaskhan back to the active.
to do rally back minus 20.
Yeah. Needs a little bit more for sure,
Yeah.
but can get out of this poison at least.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, yikes.
Just a
The
and
bird keeper.
Hey,
though,
thanks,
that
man.
works as
Thanks,
well.
Andrew.
Trevor needs an energy.
Did you think
Trevor
about
can
playing
find
other
an energy,
Zoroarks?
he
Foul
can
play
deal
and discard
90
one both seem
damage
kind of good.
with the Fighting Fury Belt, which
Maybe.
would be enough to KO the Weasel.
I'm not
Trevor
particularly high
intentionally
on
grabbed the fossil last
high
turn,
on those cards,
seeing
so
this play,
nah, I didn't
seeing
really
that
think about
this
playing
is
him.
what he was gonna have to do.
Yes, this is incredible.
The stand-in is just
The
too good
bird
with
keeper
Hoopa,
into
right?
the
Because you can do
unidentified
90,
fossil.
Has
90,
to find an
stand in,
Huge brain
retreat,
play.
90,
There
stand
has
in,
to be
retreat,
an energy
90.
off the top of the deck.
One. Last card.
No energy. Let's
And
go.
with no way to draw additional cards with Bibberel under the ability lock of neutralizing gas, this Kangaskhan is stuck, not doing enough damage. Rally back, not activated.
Oh, I play an air
Poison
balloon
is
too, so you
healed,
have 2 ways
but
to
there's
pivot.
no way for Trevor to go on the aggressive can't just
And then you have
pass
Dark
with
City.
this
That's another way to
unidentified
pivot as
fossil.
well.
There's a hoop
So
on the
there's
bench,
ways to move
ready
you
to
guys.
assault gate,
Um,
keep around, go into the active
but
position.
oh,
just
and you
go
have
there
scoop
to,
up net as well. So
just get
you have 4
stuck.
ways to move your
Probably
guys.
there's a tight
Uh,
rise in hand.
Trevor has
But
Floatstone
it's
in
still
hand as
good
well, so I
to
think
move
that
your guys.
Trevor's only out at this point, however unlikely
Basically, what
it
I'm
may
trying to
be,
say
to discard the
is you want to move your
fossil,
guys
send up the
at all
Bidoof,
times. Yeah.
barrel, excuse me, put the Floatstone on it, and pass. If JW doesn't have a way to retreat, that does buy Trevor a turn. But if JW does have a way to retreat, the game is just over.
Oh, he moves
Trevor's
that
gonna
up.
go in and poke. Okay.
Back into Kangaskhan. It's fine. Kangaskhan's still huge.
And it's fine because Trevor does have the Tate
Yeah, I don't know
Liza
here.
in hand as well. So one more turn to try to find an energy to start attacking.
I don't
This is
play
only gonna
hiding
do 20
energy.
damage.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Yeah,
but
I know it only works with
the
basics. Yeah,
poison was big.
I
Does JW have the cards he needs?
I won with the
to
deck.
finish this game off. We've got a Zorark.
Yeah.
We've got a Clara.
And I'm like, here, I'm
there
like,
are
let me make
darkness
this play.
energies
Let me
in
make this
the
play.
hand to start to set up checkmate even further.
No, this is game.
With Galarian
Floatstone on
Moltres.
the Zorark. Floatstone on the Zorark.
Let's
Zorark stand
go.
in. The Moltres will power itself up. 2 energies attached
There it
for turn.
is.
Stand in.
There it
Retreat
is.
into the Moltres, and Moltres picks up
Retreat.
the knockout on Kangaskhan.
Knockout with
270
Moltres.
damage,
Boom,
and
baby.
JW
And we
Greenwald
take the
has won
win.
the Gym Leader
Moltres
Challenge.
just
Brilliant Stars,
destroying
1K
fools out
events.
here.
220,
So good.
but it was awesome.
And just, oh
And
man, I'm
Galarian
just like
Moltres
excited.
takes
I'm
the
so
KO
excited. We're just
for an
talking about, you know,
awesome
oh, the Moltres is so
finale.
cool doing,
Well
you know, a
played
bunch
by
of
both
damage. Like, what the heck? And
JW with
GG,
the win. They're
GG,
not
no
screwing up
re.
their cards.
And so that, ladies and gentlemen, is how your boy Flex Daddy took home the crown in the Full Grip Games 1K Gym Leader Challenge Tournament. Thank you guys all so much for watching. As a reminder, you can go to my website, flexdaddy.cards, and soon I will be posting my list there with some of the card choices and decisions that I made as I was creating the list. It's going to be a really good article. I know you won't want to miss it. flexdaddy.cards. That's going to be all for me today, guys. God bless. If I don't see you soon, I'll see you later. And remember, good luck and also have fun.